Hey there, this is Ben.
And this is John.
From Cinema Gulp, and tonight's quick shot review is on The Secret Life of Pets.
I'm Max, and I'm the luckiest dog in New York because of her.
Come on, Max. I gotta go. See you tonight.
Bye, Gidget.
So long, Mel.
See you later, Chloe.
Though a little bit different than I was originally anticipating, it was a fairly enjoyable film. What'd you think, John?
Yeah, I was entertained all the way through. It had a lot of humor. I would say it's a real chuckle inducer. There's some good belly laughs throughout, but the whole way through I was smiling and chuckling all the way through. Lots of great characters in this film.
I gotta say, I was chuckling a lot as well. I even had a couple laugh out loud moments, but right from the get-go, it does establish pretty well some interesting characters from all the animals, and some pretty decent voice work from Louis C.K. and Eric Stonestreet.
Yeah,
his name is.
They were both great. I thought Louis C.K. really fit the character well. His typical droll style that he has worked well in this character. Don't know Stonestreet so much, but he fit the character pretty well.
But I gotta say, for me, the standout voice performance in this movie goes to Kevin Hart, who completely stole the movie as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and like you said, he was really there to not just collect a paycheck, but earn his paycheck. I thought he was really invested in this movie.
Who are you guys? Huh? Who are we? Who are we? We are the flushed pets, thrown away by our owners, and now we're out for revenge.
I think he was hilarious in every moment. I figured they cast him because he's popular right now, and if they get him in this little cute bunny character role, it's going to sell tickets. But he was really the star of this movie. Not the star in the story, but the standout character in the film.
He went all in, and every time I saw that little furry bunny show up on screen, I got a little happier because I knew I was going to laugh.
For sure, yeah. Every moment he had, he stole the show.
Yeah, absolutely. But the movie does have three, in my opinion, sort of lopsided acts where we're kind of opened up in the first act with the establishment of the characters and how what I think most people going into it think the movie's going to be about, which is what do these pets do when their owners leave their homes. And there is a decent opening to that, and there is a scene that gives us that. And from that point is when I started going, okay, well, now what are we going to do? Where's the story going to go from here? And they had to take the route that they took, which I'll say without giving anything away, it does, as John and I were talking about, has sort of the Toy Story type of format to it. Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah, for sure. It definitely follows the Toy Story plot to a certain degree.
Yeah, so really good characters, and a really pleasant surprise for me that I guess you knew was Albert Brooks as Tiberius. What was he, a vulture?
He was a hawk or something. Yeah,
he was like a really big...
I just noticed his name on the cast list. I didn't know what character he was going to play, but as soon as they introduced him...
He crushes it, too. He's probably my second favorite.
Introduction scene, really great scene, and yeah, probably the second favorite character throughout the film. I think Louis C.K.'s style works for that character. So he was humorous all the way through.
Louis C.K. is really good for that type of stuff because he gives off this kind of shtick of like bubbly, but he's also sarcastic and kind of cynical at the same time.
That's a great way to describe it.
And the character that he creates, Max, is kind of our main focus hero to some extent, with Duke, the other dog. And I think they're animated perfectly, whereas they're just super cute. There could be maybe a little more detail, but I think that this studio kind of sticks to more of the cartoonish look.
Yeah, they definitely want a cartoonish look. The movie still looks beautiful at times. I remember there was a couple scenes where I thought there was like nice digital cinematography on display for such a cartoony looking film. But yeah, all the characters are very cartoon animated looking. The world that this is set in, the way buildings and cars look, very similar to the Despicable Me films. The humans look the same with the tall, lanky kind of character.
See, when we were first introduced to probably the only human that gets much screen time at all, which was Max's owner, I was like, is this just how they're drawing her, where she's really tall and lengthy? But then I noticed everyone looks like that. So the thing that tears me about this movie is, because I agree with you, I had a lot of fun watching it. As a dog owner, we're both dog owners, I was laughing at lots of things that they got right.
It definitely works for pet owners, I think. It focuses, like you said, focuses on dogs more than anything else in the film. There's enough jokes there for the actual pet owners to enjoy and pick up on these little innuendos and in-jokes and stuff. Right. Especially in the early part when they're trying to establish what do pets do when the adults are away or whatever.
Right, which was good. And again, we were both going, well, how long can they keep this up for? Yeah. So it was good that it kind of shifts gears and they do have, this little adventure that they have to go on.
It does. So it does shift into an adventure style movie for a while, kind of buddy adventure movie. But I want to say some of the moments that are supposed to be excitement and adventure were kind of exciting. Not super tension filled, but I was still a little bit on the edge of my seat during a few of those moments.
I was too. They reminded me of some of those old Disney cartoons where you follow you 5 on an adventure or something. Yeah, and this one doesn't really showcase a whole lot of what Pixar would do as far as life lessons, and that one of the things missing for me, the element I kind of wanted as like a dog lover and owner, was a little bit more of kind of some of that emotional tugging on the heartstrings and
pet owner. And
and
we got that through the dog, I think, the feelings that the dog portrayed for its owner, but not so much the owner wasn't enough of a character for us to get it back from what we feel towards our own pets.
No.
But it certainly established how we think our pets view us, and it did a good job of that.
Yeah, it did, and they portrayed a really good dog lover who has now who's now the owner of 2 stray dogs, and the character, though very little screen time, means a lot to the story because she means a lot to both of the dogs. And
having such entertaining characters like Albert Brooks' character, like Kevin Hart's character, like many of Kevin Hart's little team, his band of unwanted pets. That was kind of my favorite group. There's a few different groups of pets, but I think his unwanted group was
the pig
was pretty cool.
Those characters all have something to do and something to say, and Kevin Hart, kind of as I mentioned, he reminded me of the Pinky and the Brain type of character, where he's just this cute little bunny, but he's so malicious. It's a riot, and I mean everything from the way he does his evil laugh to when he's screaming things. And
when he tries to be vicious,
it's awesome. It all works.
See, I didn't know he was supposed to be a villain in this story. Like, what little I knew about the marketing, I just thought he was going to be the cute character who maybe says inappropriate things or something like that.
I'm so glad he's the character he ended up being.
He was a great character, not just filler.
If you're a pet owner or a parent, this is a good one to go see. I believe it's about an hour and 25 minutes. It goes by really fast. It doesn't drag.
That was one thing I thought while watching the movie. I was waiting, maybe one moment that I felt was forced in setting up the third act, but really I never felt like the movie lost steam. I felt like it was continuing to find ways to keep the plot moving forward. Yes, sometimes forced, but still I was there for the ride because it was so funny and entertaining.
Yeah, there's enough in it for men and women, with kids, with animals, to really get a kick out of it, because you and I both did. I gotta say, it was one of the funnier animated kids movies I've seen.
For this year, I've really enjoyed Zootopia and Finding Dory. I thought they were both great animated movies we've had this year. They were both lighthearted, humorous. This ranks up there with them, in my opinion. I think that maybe both of those films, they have the Disney studio behind them, so there's
a quality about those movies. There's a quality
about them, especially in the animation, but there's better screenwriting in those. Right. This was pretty good. It'd just be maybe a slight notch below those, but I want to recommend this to especially anyone who was out there watching Finding Dory and enjoyed that. Go check this one out as well. This one's great.
Yeah, I agree. So for me, I'm going to give this one 8.5 chugs, because I think it's a really entertaining movie for everyone. And on my gulp meter as a film, I'm going to give it 7.5 gulps.
For the audience meter, the chug meter, I would give this an 8 because I think audiences are going to enjoy this just as much as they would something like Finding Dory. So my personal gulp meter score on this would be about a 6. I do think it has a little bit of plotting issues and is not as strong as Finding Dory in the story department, but the characters are just as fun and entertaining and so much humor to enjoy. All right, well, thanks for listening to the review. This is John with Cinema Gulp.
And this is Ben. If you like this review, please give us a like. And as always, if you have anything you want to say, leave us a comment down in the comment section below. Don't forget about our Twitter and our new Facebook page.
Until next time, we drink your cinema.
I drink it up!
She can't so walk in the dark. Guess who walking